And, you can expect hazardous travel later today with that blizzard thing.
Oh, that blizzard thing. That blizzard thing. Oh, well, here's the report. The National Weather Service is calling for a big blizzard thing.
Yes, they are. But, there's another reason why today is especially exciting.
Especially cold.
Especially cold, okay. But the big question on everybody's lips.
Yeah, their chapped lips.
On their chapped lips,
Chapped
right.
lips.
Do you think Phil's gonna come out and see a shadow?
Punxsutawney Phil.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day! Get up and check that hog out there!
Yeah. Suey. Come here, Groundhog.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
In-studio driver, did you notice it's cold as hell out?
I did. For a week now.
Even though hell's not cold. Oh, we're bebopping here in the studio. Bebopping in the studio. You're live on 12 Ounce Sports. It's Work Week in Review. Live with the Janitor. I might have to change the show name now that you're showing up on a regular basis.
I like being unexpectedly here.
Live with the Janitor and in-studio driver. That's going to be a long title. Think we can pull it off?
I think just leave it as
Just
with the Janitor.
Just with the Janitor?
Yeah.
All right. Any big plans this weekend other than drinking?
Not for me.
No. Okay.
No.
Same here.
Yeah.
But we're going to get oh, go ahead.
Maybe a little online racing.
Oh, well, that's going to happen for sure. We already know that.
Oh, yeah.
You won a race the other night, didn't you?
I've won a couple of them recently. I think I'm finding a groove on a couple of different tracks.
You're on fire. I'm on fire. But, yeah, welcome in. It's Friday. What do we got? February 5th, 2021. We're excited to be here. It's freezing cold outside, so you're going to hear the heater in the background quite a bit today. So bear with us. And if you don't like it, tough luck. You got to stay tuned because we have a big show ahead of us. We're going to talk a little racing too, huh? We were talking about it before the show.
Oh, yeah.
I gave you a hard time about it, but
yeah.
we'll still talk because we're excited about something we applied for today to broadcast either live or via documentary this season. So we'll get to that later, though. Welcome in. This show's brought to you by our sponsor, Amazon. Just go to 12ozsportsnetwork.com/Amazon. Gets us a little street cred with, not Jeff Bezos anymore. He stepped down, but Amazon gives us some credit. If you use that link, it takes you straight to Amazon. It's no big deal, man. 12ozsportsnetwork.com/Amazon. Do you shop on Amazon?
Rarely.
That's all I do. Shop on. I barely. The only store I go to that's not Amazon is the grocery store. And if they were close enough, I can get fresh food. I probably would do that too. I'm kind of the kind of guy that doesn't like to go to stores.
I'm gaining that.
Do you like to go to stores?
Certain stores, yeah.
All right.
I like going around every aisle, seeing what's there, sure.
Ugh, I can't stand it. Well, you're staying upstairs in my house till your house closes. You've noticed I have shipments almost every day.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what we do here is we go over some headlines that came across the wire in the sports world this past work week. We do take calls. If you want to call in, the studio number is 330-866-0525. If you're shy and you don't want to call in, text us. We'll read it on the air. And if you do want to call and you're not serious, sometimes we're not either, you can prank us. We take all callers.
Oh, we love it.
Oh, yeah. You can bring up any subject. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Speaking of a subject, I'm going to bring up the first one. And we got a text on the original podcast cruise. What is it called? Facebook Instant Messenger or whatever?
Yeah.
You saw the Stat Magician?
No.
He's mad at baseball because the Dodgers, the highest valued team in Major League Baseball, the most money, already a World Series caliber team picks up Trevor Bauer, which Trevor Bauer is a former Indians pitcher, and they unloaded him because the Indians owner is a piece of garbage and already said that when players get good enough and their contract swells, he's going to get rid of them because they have a cap on their desired payroll. Then he went to the Reds, which was cool. He stayed in Ohio. I wanted to root for the Reds. And Trevor Bauer is like an outspoken guy. He fights the power.
Wow.
I don't know how any other way to say it. Like Major League Baseball has like dress codes, and he purposely wears shoes that don't go along with it. And he argues with the Major League Baseball president. So he's one of those guys that's kind of against the corporation.
Cool.
And the corporation team just signed him. So
well, it's not the Yankees. They're not that corporate.
It's basically the Yankees. Yeah, Dodgers and Yankees are the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So guess what talks?
Money.
Money talks. And the Reds walk. So do the Indians.
Did he change his shoes?
He'll probably toe the line now. I would think he's going to stay in line with the corporate masters and do what they tell him. And it's just sad because I love Trevor Bauer. I know he can't turn it down. It's pretty hard to turn down, but
I wonder if he got a shoe deal to go with it.
I don't know. It's just, these are side stories we need to figure out later on down the line. But one of the bigger name pitchers is moving to the Dodgers. So now we've talked about it before, and I know other people on 12 Ounce Sports have talked about it before. Major League Baseball does have the most combination of champions along with the NHL. But, man, there are, I'd say the top 10 payroll teams have so much more money than the bottom 20. It's just ridiculous. In fact, last year's World Series, Tampa Bay and the Dodgers, I think it was the Dodgers, Tampa Bay had like 10% of the salary.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is possible that a low-budget team can compete because we were talking about before, like, you need so many pitchers in your bullpen. And
Yeah, you need, most teams run with 4 or 5 starting pitchers, and then you want at least, 6 relievers because one of them is going to be your closer. We got a call coming in. I think it's Glenn. Hold on.
All right.
12 Ounce Sports, you're live in the studio. Is this Glenn?
Yes, I'm at it again, and I knew you were going to lead off with the Bauer segment today.
I did that for you.
Oh, let me say this. When Francisco Lindor, and I pinned this to my tweet, hits a grand slam off of his old buddy Trevor Bauer when the Mets play the Dodgers in the NLCS and sends them to the World Series this year, you'll realize who was right after all. Because it's time for a salary cap in baseball.
Amen.
Can they do it with the next CBA?
How do you want them to do it? Do you want them to do it like the NFL where they do income dispersal? They share the income with almost like a socialist setup, or do you want them to do it like basketball where you pay a luxury tax? How do you want them to do it?
Doesn't matter. It needs to be something. I think actually football actually does work better because basketball is going to pay more than ever. I know football is too, but at least you got something there.
Yeah, and the nice thing about football is technically you can argue that going into each season, everybody has a chance to make the playoffs at least, maybe not the title, but that does help when you kind of spread things out. Now, there's teams with more higher salaries, more money than the others, but it's not as wide of margin in the major leagues or like it is in the major leagues. I mean, how would you structure it, Glenn? I want to get inside your head. If you were the Major League Baseball commissioner, what would you do?
See, that stuff, it's really at the tip of my tongue. I mean, I got to think for my show on Monday how I would do it. But the thing is now the Mets can focus on other things. I know they missed out on George Springer, and everyone say, oh, the same old Mets. But if it were the same old Mets, they would have traded for Francisco Lindor and got Carlos Carrasco. Let me just say it out there. If it was the same old Mets, they would have been penny pinchers.
Yeah.
And trading for Lindor is Carrasco's decided not being a penny pinching team. It shows they obviously want to change things. But I mean, and I personally think Bauer and his agent, Rachel Luber, are honestly a bunch of egos. And I think they did this more about themselves than I think anything else, which is, and they hold the Mets hostage, and I don't think they held them right. I'm not saying that it's the worst thing in the world that the Mets missed out on Bauer, but And also another thing is this Bob Nightingale guy has to go. How does this guy have a job? He can't do half of the reporting things right. He's known as Jinxer Bob Nightingale. Whatever he says one thing, he says the opposite. It's like SpongeBob. On opposite day with Squidward. One thing happens and then the opposite happens.
Glenn, you are on fire today. You brought up SpongeBob on purpose, didn't you? Because of the 12-ounce sports show host text thread we have where I made fun of you for watching SpongeBob.
It's funny. My brother's actually wearing some Mr. Krabs socks right now. He just barged in my bedroom.
Now you said a lot, and I'm trying to unravel the onion. I'm going to forget one of the points I wanted to bring up. But first of all, you are very strategic as a show host. This is the second call in a row that you've done here where you're going to save something for your own show and not help this show. So I love that. Now I have to ask you, do you think Trevor Bauer's fight the power attitude is smoke and mirrors since he just went after the money, which is kind of against his persona up until this point?
I don't think it's his fault. I don't think he was. I mean, he kind of held the Mets hostage a little bit, but I think he waited too long. I think the fact that he tried to pull LeBron in the decision, I think, is going way too far.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Now, go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you could ask me.
Now, the next question must be, because you said you knew I was going to open the show with this, so maybe it angered you a little bit. So did you bring up Lindor to anger me? Because I'm not happy that the Indians let him go.
No, I did not bring up Lindor to anger you whatsoever. Someone else brought up Francisco Lindor about a grand slam on Instagram. So I took the picture of it, sent it to a couple of former Cleveland Indian fans that I know. And don't worry, I pinned a tweet of it right on my Instagram, not my Instagram page, my Twitter page about Francisco Lindor hitting that big home run in the playoffs against Trevor Bauer. And then someone posted a video of when Trevor Bauer was in the Cincinnati Reds uniform that Michael Conforto hit a 3-run homer. And personally, they need the money more for Michael Conforto than Trevor Bauer, to be honest. And people want to say or not, even you want to know what the best thing that ever happened in the Mets in the Wilpon era is in the penny pinching? Signing Jacob deGrom, the best pitcher in baseball, only 5 years, $137 million. And Trevor Bauer, I don't think, is the pitcher like Jacob deGrom is. And by the way, Trevor Bauer is the Kevin Durant of baseball. Chasing rings. The Dodgers win a World Series. You could go reunite with Carlos Carrasco and Francisco Lindor, who you played in the 2016 World Series. And, no, I want to go chase the ring. And the best sack lineup, give me a bleeping break.
Glenn, you are a walking encyclopedia. We love it. I appreciate the passion. What do you got? Big plans this weekend or what? After you're done watching this show. I mean, plans after this show's over.
Not really. I mean, I'm just doing the same old thing. Why don't you start talking about FanDuel and DraftKings once in a while on your show?
They don't sponsor the network.
I guess you're right. All right. How about my bookie? Oh yeah, you talk about my bookie.
Well, we'll talk about Pete's FanDuel lineups. How about that in the next segment?
You got to ask him permission, but I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
There you go. Glenn Kaplan from Glenn's Dynamic Sports Corner, Mondays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on 12-Ounce Sports. I'm telling you what, that dude's got a steel trap for a brain. He remembers damn near every pitch. I mean, it could be years ago.
Oh, man.
And he remembers it. He's a big baseball fan and football, too. He likes every sport, and he's a huge hockey fan. You'd like him. He's a Penguins, Pirates, and Steelers fan.
Well, I'd like one of those three.
I think he's originally from Pittsburgh, so. So that was Glenn Kaplan. He's from 12-Ounce Sports, but he calls in every Friday. We missed this call last week by accident, but there you go. We're about 15 minutes in and got through one topic.
Hey, nice.
What do you think of that? We're doing good here. We'll get to a couple more before we go to break. Antonio Brown, Sammy Watkins, two wide receivers are likely out of the Super Bowl. It kind of stings Antonio Brown because he came out of hiatus. He was left for dead in the NFL. Tom Brady, I almost said Brainy. Tom Brady is the sole reason he's back in the NFL, and he helped the Buccaneers offense become a high-powered offense this year, and it's not looking good. I think he did practice the other day. Practice?
Wow.
But I don't think he's supposed to play in the Super Bowl. So that's a bummer for Antonio Brown. Sammy Watkins is getting up there in age anyway. He's about out all the time. But
those were both because of injuries?
Yeah. Sammy Watkins is, I mean, he's not getting up there in age. I misspoke there, but he seems to be hurt a lot. I don't know what's going on with him.
Was his an ACL or something? Bad knee?
You're probably thinking of OBJ.
Oh, okay.
You don't keep up with the NFL news, so any NFL news you have is probably from the Browns, I'm guessing.
Okay.
So there you have it. Segment number 1 is in the books. The first commercial we're going to go to are boots I'm wearing, so just wanted to let you know that. I think a lot of them, they're comfortable. We're going to be back in about 2.5 minutes here live in the studio. It's Work Week in Review live with the janitor from the 12 Ounce Sports Studio. Ready?
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. The challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties, 'cause it's cold out there today.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach? I don't
Not
think so.
hardly. And, you can expect hazardous travel later today with that, that blizzard thing.
Oh, that blizzard thing. That blizzard thing. Oh, well, here's the report. The National Weather Service is calling for a big blizzard thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. But, there's another reason why today is especially
cold.
Especially cold, okay. But the big question on everybody's lips,
Yeah, they're chapped lips.
on their chapped lips,
Chapped
right?
lips.
Do you think Phil's gonna come out and see a shadow.
Punxsutawney Phil.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day! Get up and check that hog out there! Yeah!
Come here, Groundhog.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
Hey, I tell you.
The world would be a better place if he was still here.
That's true. Who? Punxsutawney Phil, Biden, or Rodney Dangerfield?
Rodney.
We had three audios there. We have too much fun here in the studio.
Getting loose.
Oh, getting loose, and we're not talking racing. How you doing? It's a Friday, February 5th. Are you feeling okay?
I hope we get to talk about racing later. That would make me feel okay.
I mean, we're 21 minutes in, and we've barely gotten through our list. I mean, at this point, we can talk about where the hell we want.
You got a huge list there. We better get on it then.
Let's get on at this segment. Last segment, we'll have some fun with some beer and some standings and the history of cell phones. I want to go over that in the last segment, so you're going to like that. Did you see this? We were railing on the NBA last week, and then I saw this headline that made me laugh. LeBron said he has zero energy to play in the All-Star game, and at this point, he doesn't know why they even have an All-Star game.
I don't know why they have an NBA.
Oh, shots fired. Whoa. Oh, that wasn't even that loud. Which one do I have that on? Oh, I have it on 3. You can talk when I'm talking.
Well, I don't know what more there is to say other than it was just ridiculous watching that one half of a game that we saw or whatever it was.
Well, saying you don't have energy to play in the All-Star game, I mean.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
That's so damn quiet. I got to turn it up for the sound effects. Let's try it one more time, and if I fail again, we'll have to do this.
You could do that after the first 3 quarters of a basketball game, too.
I can never get the proper modulation. I mean, the mixer on the software looks good, but anyway.
Is it the players? We came up with that. It's just the players who have no desire to play defense for 3 quarters? Or
yeah, why would you play defense? You get guaranteed contracts based on what you average a game, not how good a defense you play.
There's nobody in the league who decides to hustle for 4 quarters?
Oh, there's some. I'm just being a negative Nelly, but there's some that play hard defense the whole game, but they're few and far between, don't get me wrong. Hey, I tell you. But I digress. So it sounds like the Eagles and the Colts are discussing a Carson Wentz trade, which should get Michael Carvelis excited. Tuesdays at 10 p.m. and Sundays at noon. He goes live on 12 Ounce Sports. So that would be a monster trade, which we'll talk about another monster trade here later on in this segment. But do you have any idea who Carson Wentz is?
No. I know who the Eagles are.
I love that you're in the studio. I know way too much sports knowledge, and you know like almost none.
Right.
It's a perfect match. So, all right. Well,
this is all news to me, literally.
Well, Carson Wentz was supposed to be the second coming of somebody, and it's not panning out, and him and the Eagles are ready for a divorce. And the Colts had arguably another one that was supposed to be the second coming, and he retired early. So now the Colts kind of have a backup from an old backup from the Patriots, which they had Phillip Rivers, but he only came for 1 year. He retired. So the Colts are a mess looking for a quarterback. The Eagles have been starting Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma. He transferred from Alabama to Oklahoma. So sounds like they're trying. The Colts are trying to go after Carson Wentz. So that'll be interesting to see. Now we'll get to some sporting headlines that you might know about. Ovechkin, did you see this?
I know this name.
He became 7th all-time in the goals list.
Oh, I didn't know that. Awesome.
7th. So we're watching, we don't always think of it, but we're seeing one of the greats play.
Yeah.
Well, more than one. I mean, you got Crosby also that we
Yeah.
watch.
Too bad Ovechkin's on the wrong team.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then a couple, if you would have read that article, you brought up the article on 12 Ounce Sports from Ethan Yarbrough, the NHL Weekly Update. Very thorough, very interesting. But he was bringing up the young Edmonton guys. Now, do you remember that goal we saw the other night?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to reading this article, too. I just saw it was on there.
Why am I blanking on the... I mean, it's Draisaitl and... Oh, Cody Jansen's going to kill me. Who's the young guy that... Oh, I hate when I do this. I get brain farts. Maybe I need to have a CAT scan.
Or a stats magician here.
Yeah, we need a stat magician. Talk amongst yourself. I'm going to look up the article.
I'm going to go down your list, see if I recognize any other topics here to go to.
No, don't do that yet. We don't want to bounce around like that. I want to go to 12 Ounce Sports and look up Ethan Yarbrough's article. I'm like completely blanking on the air here.
Well, then let me dive into some results of racing this past weekend.
No, you're completely changing the subject. Hold on. Why would you do that?
You said give me a talk for a minute.
Well, not on a completely different subject. We're trying to stick to what...
Ovechkin's awesome. What else do you want to know about the guy?
We're trying to look up what I'm blanking on
He's
here.
killed all of my hopes and dreams against the Penguins I don't know how many times.
Who?
Ovechkin.
Oh, right. And because he plays for Washington. Hold on. I'm going to find this. Oh, Connor McDavid. Okay, there we go. I was not going to get over the fact I couldn't think of it. But Connor McDavid and Draisaitl are on a heater again for Edmonton. So read Ethan's article on 12OunceSportsNetwork.com. And we'll move off of Ovechkin because we hate him.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
He is great.
You know what I'm doing? I'm just hoping to get to the last segment so I can drink a beer.
All right.
I may have a problem.
I'm ahead of you.
You're too ahead of me. So I saw this. The NHL may postpone their draft until 2022 because they've actually had. I know this because of fantasy hockey, because I don't think the Penguins have had one canceled yet, but they've actually been canceling a lot of games lately because of COVID. So, and I think I saw a headline just about as we were going on the air that they're going to change some of their restrictions in the arena going forward because they're having a bit of a breakout.
And you're saying there will not be any draft this year?
Right. They're thinking about postponing it until next year.
Wow.
Which I don't know how that works because I think the season starts before 2022 unless they're going to do a January start. I don't know how they're going to do it. It's just, we need COVID to go away. This is annoying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tired of it. If you want to rant, yell at us, prank us, make fun of us, or just general tomfoolery, call the studio 330-866-0525. You can see it right there on the screen. You can text it too if you just want to not be on the air and tell us we look like a couple of idiots. You can do that too.
Or just him.
Or just me, yeah. Let's do this. Let's go into your racing because now it's going to be football and basketball heavy from here on out. So what is your racing news?
Well, the first thing I want to mention is that you get some major props because we watched, I think it was 17 hours of that race in Daytona, and that might be the most I've ever seen when I wasn't actually at the race.
Well, let's be honest. I saw 15 of it. You saw 17 of it.
Well, still, you saw a lot of it, and that's pretty impressive for a non-true race fan.
And we'll tell the viewers, we're talking about the 24 hours of Daytona last weekend. Really good racing. I really enjoyed that. And then even like knowing the track because of video games, but knowing that they had to race in the dark is, if you've never watched a 24-hour race, you got to check it out, which kind of goes into what we wanted to talk about. We did apply today to do either a broadcast or a documentary of the 24 hours at Nelson's Ledges in Ohio this year. So
it's actually, I think, 25 hours, which is why they call it the longest day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's called the longest day at Nelson's Ledges. It starts on a Saturday at 1 and ends on a Sunday at 2 p.m. It's going to be a great race. We're hoping they're going to let us in so we can get some behind the scenes. We may be able to do it live. We don't know yet. And if we can do it live, we'll probably do it in, pockets of 6 hours. We got to charge batteries. And then on the side, we'll probably make some kind of like a documentary, even if we go live. It's going to be fun.
It's a fun little track, too. I've been there before, and there's a certain point where you can just spectate a really long portion of the track where the cars are coming down a fast straightaway and then weaving through some high-speed turns, hitting the brakes hard, going through some real slow turns, and then back onto the front straightaway in the pit stop area. It's really cool track.
It should be a riot. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they approve us, though. Who knows? I'm still waiting for them to reply. Why wouldn't they approve us?
Who knows?
Now, we do have a backup plan, though. If Nelson's Ledges don't have us for the 24-hour race, we're welcome back to the rally. It's the same weekend this year, which sucks because I'd like to do both races, but
yeah,
you can't win them all, so whatever.
It's a tough choice, too.
So what else did you had all these things about the Daytona, and you didn't even really go into it.
Well, the guy that I was watching out of Dayton, Ohio, Brian Sellers, he ended up finishing in third. Well, his car did. In a Lamborghini, 2 Mercedes won the class, the GT Daytona class, but the Brian Sellers car, I was really fascinated with one of their drivers, Caldarelli. This guy was flying in the car, and he was the fastest driver on the team. I thought he was actually going to make a pass and take second place on like the last stint of the race. I mean, the last hour and a half or something of the race. And sure enough, both cars, him and the Mercedes in front of him, they both went off the track in the bus stop, which is the real slow speed section on the back straight.
That was a wild incident there. Now the bus stop's it makes like a U, doesn't it?
It's a left and then right left.
They're coming off the oval.
It's like a chicane.
Is it a 45-degree turn or a 90?
Well,
off the oval.
You don't want to go.
No, I'm saying, what is the turn?
It's like a 45.
Okay, so it's like a 45, but then it makes a U and back in, and then you go into the road course section of the track.
Back up on the bank, the high bank.
You don't go right back on the oval.
After the bus stop, you go right back up on the oval, yeah. And then you do that turn, NASCAR turn 3 and 4.
So it's almost like a chicane, like you said.
It is, yeah.
Okay, cool. And that caused a lot of incidents.
Oh, yeah, tons of them.
That was kind of the equalizer there. And which car ended up winning?
Overall, I think was it the
brand.
I think it
wasn't
Cadillac.
Was it the Acura?
Oh, you're right. It was
because we were trying to figure out who's won several in a row.
Yeah, no, it was.
Reduce your screen.
It was the Acura that took the win.
It'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, Cadillac was gaining on him, I think, for a while, but the Acura took the win. Actually, the Cadillac that was about to take first place had a flat tire.
That's right.
Right before he was about to take the lead.
Like it was literally a couple minutes before the end of the race, right?
Yeah, the dude had a flat tire right rear and had to take a pit, and he finished I don't know where. Further back in the order.
And he was winning, so.
He was about to take the lead and win, yeah.
So keep your fingers crossed. We can do the longest day race at Nelson's Ledges this year. That's under the SCCA, and it's a 25-hour race, and that would be good. I mean, that would be so fun, especially if we could do it live. Do you know if the SCCA does live timing?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before, yeah.
Because we can get this leaderboard on the screen and everything if we go live.
Yeah.
So if they say no, then we'll go back to the rally this year. Either way. It's all gravy.
And the rally would be fun, too.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they're going to have big names again this year. I think they did that last year as a special thing because there was no crowd.
Well, there might be no crowd this year either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pastrana won't be back.
Well.
Not because of the fire, but I think he signed some deal with them to do certain races or something like that, so he probably won't be at Ohio. But Ken Block, I'm sure, will be back, right?
It'd be nice to see him again, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they attract or not attract the big names at that rally. Who knows? But the local drivers were awesome, and a local driver who's a professional gave us his in-car video. So even if the big names aren't there, who cares?
Yeah, it's still fun to see everybody around the track.
Right, because the guy gave us in-car video. I didn't know who he was. He took 11th overall, but I mean, he was cool about it. He gave us the best footage they had.
Yeah.
Him rolling up on a car on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait. That'll be nice to be able to cover something other. I mean, I like doing the baseball league, but COVID's killed our live sports. Cody should be in the heart of a hockey season right now.
Right.
And we haven't done any of it, so whatever. Let's not sit here and whine all day. Is there a wine thing here? Let's see.
No, there's just beer.
No. So did you see this? Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, came out and said he's rooting for Tom Brady, even though the Patriots kind of let Tom go because they thought he was getting too old.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's being cool about it, which Robert Kraft's doing something else that's cool. He's flying, I don't want to say the wrong number, but a ton of healthcare workers to the Super Bowl free of charge. So that was pretty cool of him. And he's also had other good news, too. When he got busted getting a rub and tug, the DA just announced that the videotape has to be destroyed, so nobody else will ever get to see Robert Kraft getting a hand job at an Asian nail boutique.
See, now that could have sold for millions. He could have made another, maybe even billion off of that. Who knows?
Maybe he's not proud of what's in the video. And he's got plenty of money, so who cares, right? So Team USA, the basketball team's getting ready for the Tokyo Olympics, we're getting a call.
Nice.
That ringer's loud. Let's go to the phone lines here. Oh, they hung up on us.
Oh.
Well, I don't like that very much. Why did they hang up on us?
That's too bad. It was about to be exciting. There.
I don't even know who it was. It wasn't somebody I recognized number. Yeah. I wonder if I was it could have been car warranty stuff, and that would have been really cool.
Oh, to mess with it?
I've never checked my car warranty before.
Oh.
I'm joking. I get 25 calls a day.
I thought you were about to mess with one of them on the air.
Whoever just called in, call back in. You hung up too soon. Now they're calling back in.
Here we go.
12 Ounce Sports, you're live in the studio. Who we got?
Hello there. How are you, Beck?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. As you might recognize me as the minor league rando, part owner of the FCS Glacier Boys. Man, a good show going on so far, I have to say.
Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed. I wasn't sure how we were translating with all the racing talk, but yeah, tell the crowd, first of all, this is Minor League Rando. He has a live show Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but tell them about the new football league and tell them about your exciting new, what do you own, 200 shares?
I have actually 100 shares of it, actually, which, by the way, I'm just going to say the price has actually gone up. Not the price, but the value of the teams has jumped in this final week of push before the games start. But the Fan Controlled Football League, I'm not joking when everything is voted upon by fans. Rules, draft, plays. It's going to be, I am calling it organized chaos. And I think that's something that football needs right now.
Oh, man, that is exciting. Now, how many shares did you say you have?
I got 100. If it's 150 or 150 each.
Oh, I thought it was 150 shares or $150 for 200 shares.
No, it's 150 for 100.
Okay, cool. And how much are you up so far? Not that you want to sell.
Let's just say I'm up.
There you go. Keep the tax man off your ass. I love it. So they're kicking off next weekend?
Yeah, the 13th.
And who does your team, Mr. Owner, the Glacier Boys, play first?
We play the Wild Aces, so there's been a lot of trash talk between both these teams, and I love it.
Now,
okay. Well, before I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to say it has reached the point where one team has wished the other team had got flat tires. That's all I'm saying.
That's awesome. Now, are you going to try to mimic one of the best owners in the NFL, Robert Kraft, and visit a nail salon this weekend, if you know what I mean?
No, I am not. I also would like it not to be recorded, and if there is any such video out there, which I'm very sure there is not, please destroy it like it was destroyed in Florida.
Perfect. Now, you're unless you had a specific topic you wanted to bring up, and we appreciate the compliment on the show today. I wasn't sure how good we were doing, but you're a big minor league guy, and you have
we're going to talk about that thing, huh?
Yeah, you kind of have a special interest in minor league hockey. Now, was there a fight between coaches before a game?
Okay, so no, I'm basically spoiling. I was going to the entire show Monday was basically going to be laughing at these two teams, but here's a simplified version. So far, from what I understand, now I'm also going to I'm prefacing a preference because there is different versions out there from different people. Some people who are trustworthy, and some people who have pushed refs on ice, on film. By the way.
Wow.
I'll link you the clip. I love this league, but so the story I'm getting in that I believe is that there's preseason games before this the two-team league started out.
Yeah.
There was heat between these two teams. That they're really close to each other. They literally actually won the Elmira Enforcers. Their coach actually jumped to Watertown, and they're in the same state. It's heated.
I love
it. Yeah, I love it. I'm trying to say this without giving names because I don't want to get people in trouble right now. So
when did
supposedly
these two teams
some
play
things
each
were
other?
said, and I can't say what they were said because again, there's an entire investigation. I don't want to ruin this.
Right.
And I'm told it was an anticipated punch and a sucker punch from two people I both trust. So there was a punch at least, and that led to at least two players from Watertown and the player coach who Alfred Mafuz, who was 100% in the fight, who's a head coach and a player, and another Elmira player basically getting into a fight. And then it led to a couple more people. Some very soft punches were thrown, and then it was broken up. Elmira then yanked themselves out of the building, which was the smart thing. But instead of just going on the bus and letting things cool down, they literally just took the bus back to Elmira. Robbie learned what happened, and he'll say Watertown canceled the series. He called the commissioner, and he basically said, we are done for the season. So that's a simplified version of events. And by the way, if anyone is out here that has the phone call, I'm still having that $100 bounty out there for it. Because there was a league phone call where there was a screaming match between the Watertown owner and the Elmira owner, and I want that. I want that audio.
Ooh, and you're offering $100 for that audio?
Yep.
Oh.
And I have the added bonus of no identity will be said. I will literally just play the audio. I will hide any identifiers. So, yeah.
I love it. Now, my co-host had a question real quick. Go ahead, Casey.
I was trying to find out when these teams were gonna play each other, but it sounds like they won't be playing each other.
They were scheduled to go all the way through this month at least. 39 games are canceled at the moment.
They were supposed to play 39 times?
Yes. It was just a bad idea from the start. These were literally the only two teams, which, by the way, was in New York, which I'm kind of shocked about still. But anyway, the other teams were basically having to say, we're in a holding pattern. And there was going to be a bad ending no matter what. And it came really early. And this is, I haven't said this much because I don't know how true it is. I've heard, again, different sources. This could really, really, really hurt the league financially. And I've been saying privately we could see U-Haul 2.0, but I'm going to say it now. Expect U-Haul 2.0.
Wow. And just so we're clear, this is the SPHL?
No. The SPHL is very clean. It's not even close to this level. It's the FPHL.
FPHL. Okay. Now, what's that stand for, just so I know?
Okay. So if you look up stuff, there's going to be two federal hockey leagues because one had to kind of shutter themselves and fold because lawsuits. This is currently the Federal Professional Hockey League. And note, professional is often left out on purpose.
Right on. I love it. Oh, all right. Well, who do you got for the Super Bowl?
I said it Monday. I'm going with Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm going to go roll with them.
I love it. We'll take it. All right. Tampa Bay Bucks. That's who I'm rooting for, too.
They're too good. I can't say anything else. It's the experience. It's that veteran experience that makes me go with Tampa Bay.
There you have it. You heard it here first. Rando's picking Tampa. Well, you heard it Monday first, but you heard it here second. Rando's taking the Buccaneers. All right, Rando, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. Can't wait for your show Monday night where you go on a rant about this, and hopefully you can find the audio by then. That'll be really awesome to hear.
I hope.
All right, buddy. You have a good weekend.
I cannot wait. All right.
Take care, Rando.
Yeah, you too.
I always forget we're on a delay, so when I say it, it takes them a second to hear me. But that was Minor League Rando.
That was a great.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
That he does a nice show too. He talks mostly all minor leagues, and he's really into these niche minor league hockey leagues where you get these weird side stories where they're
Yeah.
both in the hallway ready to play.
Yeah.
A fight ensues, and then they just cancel the season. What?
That's too bad. I hope they pull it back together and keep playing.
You know what it reminds me of is when I was so Canton got an arena football team. It was like a third level arena football team. And I knew one of the assistant coaches from when I coached high school football. And so he let me be the stat keeper. So I would sit up in the press box and keep official stats. And, they would go out on the internet in real time. And it was such a shoestring budget. I mean, they could barely even get the bus to the opposing team's field, but when they played, and it was really cool to watch. But those leagues I have a heart for those leagues, but I also know they're ticking time bombs. They could fold at any minute. So there you have it. We're almost up against the clock here. I think we got to go to break, and then we'll be back for the final segment where we toast. And we have a lot of subjects to get through. Starting with the NFL. We'll get a few out of the way and then go to break. The NFL doctor came out and said during the regular season, the COVID rate amongst players was 0.08%.
Wow.
So it kind of makes you wonder why they're testing Super Bowl players twice a day with that kind of COVID rate. And then some more COVID news. The NBA is COVID-free since January 27th, so that's a promising note. And I'm not sure. Have you heard anything? Have athletes gotten the vaccine yet?
I haven't heard that.
I have no idea either. So
I think we're still in the 70-year-old range and older, and what are they called? First responders and people like them.
And Hollywood people, probably. Let's be honest. Politicians. All right, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back here for the final segment, which includes the last segment, Toast. You're watching Work Week in Review live from the studio with the janitor and the in-studio driver. I'm getting tongue twisted. That means I need a beer. You're watching. Sorry, you're not listening. You're listening, but you're also watching. You're watching, but you're also listening. Do we got that straight?
I'm about to be driving. I don't know about you.
You mean online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, online racing tonight at the Beck Household. All right, we'll be right back. We're live from the studio. Enjoy your Friday. Last segment coming up. That was loud.
Feel it.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
You know what time it is, right?
Beer 30.
Oh, yeah. Welcome in on this beautiful 5th of February. It's that time we all wait for on a Friday. It's the last segment toast. This goes out to all the viewers. And remember, before last segment ended, we said the viewers and the listeners and the viewers. You're all the same. We don't play favorites here. All right, here we go. Everybody raise your glass, your can, whatever. 3, 2, 1, salute. It's good. It's good, Jerry. Oh, it's good. Woo, that hit home. This might be a good night, if you know what I mean. Hey-oh.
Was this Mick Ultra in one of your 5 beers that you mentioned, what was it, a couple weeks ago?
What do you mean?
We had to mention our 5 favorite beers. Was Mick Ultra one of yours?
No, I refuse to name Mick Ultra. I'm only drinking it because I'm on keto.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to shed some poundage here. All maybe trap a lady or two.
There you go.
Wait, trap's not a good word. Hold on. I'm trying to lose some weight to attract the opposite sex. See what I'm saying?
You blew it!
Whoops.
The story of me.
All right, what did we have left? Oh, mega trade in the NFL. The Lions and Rams, Stafford and Goff traded teams, but then reports came out the Rams originally wanted Aaron Rodgers, so that'll be interesting to see if how that translates to Matthew Stafford's performance. I don't think he's going to matter. He's going from Detroit to L.A. It's going to be a drastic difference. What do you think of that trade?
Sounds like a no-brainer for him.
Oh, sunny skies and not war-torn cities?
Yeah, well, yeah. Vacant lots and
you got a relative that might
old roads. I don't know if you've driven there, but their paving's awful.
No, but you have a relative in Detroit that might be joining you here in Ohio, and he'll be in the studio with us if that happens, right?
I'm hoping so, absolutely.
And he's a musical artist. He's a rapper.
Yes.
So maybe he'll make maybe he'll cut a 12-ounce sports song for us.
Yeah, produces music, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that. Should we? Does he have a YouTube channel? We should promote him.
Probably. We should. I can find that for next week. Yeah.
Find it for next week. Yeah. We'll promote him because he might end up in our studio someday.
Yeah.
We'll see. Did you see the LeBron scuffle with that fan, that Instagram star that she has some, how do we say it, enhancements?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
What kind of scuffle was this?
There's differing stories. I mean, she's with a man about twice her age that does have huge muscles, but she claims that LeBron started talking about her husband and roids. So then they shot back at LeBron, and then LeBron clearly on camera said, "Shut up, B."
Wow.
And then they ended up ejecting the fan, and she contested that he started it. And then LeBron came, and then everybody kind of calmed down, and LeBron's like, "Well, they shouldn't have been ejected," and she's like, "Well, we shouldn't have been talking trash," and blah blah blah. It's just typical NBA drama.
Talking trash, you mean?
Everything. The whole thing's drama.
Yeah.
It's like a daytime television show with basketball wrapped around it.
And it's sometimes not even basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the big news of the week that got the Stat Magician excited as well is EA Sports said they're coming back with the college football video game. Now, everybody's excited about that.
Now, my first question is, will players be making money off of this?
I mean, I think they are, but I mean, they're going to have to put it in escrow. There's not a defined rule yet. They can get paid, but
it's going to be in a McDonald's bag.
Yeah, maybe. We talked about this at work. What they're probably going to have to do is raise the price of the video game and then put a set amount of money from the sales into an escrow account until they know exactly how they're going to pay the players. The court already ruled they could be paid for their likeness, but nobody's really figured out how they're going to get paid. So,
okay.
So the video game, my guess is the video game's going to be $80 instead of $60, and then the extra 20 because they sell millions of this game.
Right.
The extra $20 or 20%, or not, that's more than 20%, 25% will go in an escrow account until they can figure out through courts how they're going to pay the players on the game. But if they were smart, they would just make a generic game, just pay the schools for their name, and then make it like 2K Sports where people can upload files to where you can import all the real players. And then the game, EA Sports can say, we didn't make the real players, we made generic players.
Right, but then the schools are getting the money and they're not passing it on to the players.
Kind of like the way it is now.
Yeah. Which I don't like.
Hopefully that's loud enough. I usually have the sound effects turned way too low. Anyway, and then did you see this? I think Bryson DeChambeau's feeling a little bit attacked here. The PGA wants to limit driver size because Bryson DeChambeau has a 48-inch long driver.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to limit that to 46-inch, which I don't know where they come up with the dimension. Because my driver, if I'm fitted for a driver, it's like around 43.5 inches, something like that.
Plus, the longer driver should be more difficult to hit. And if he's capable of hitting a longer driver, why not let him take the chance of being 20 yards out of bounds or whatever?
Because he's killing everybody on distance, so they had to figure out something. Plus, he's hitting ridiculous distances. But I don't...
Yeah, but if he's in 20 yards into the rough...
Well, they're trying to say he's not the... They're not singling him out. It's because all PGA golfers are hitting ridiculous lengths. So, I don't know. But he's the only... I think he's the only one that was using a driver that long, so he does feel attacked for...
Well, if they really want to limit it, they could go back to wooden shafts.
True. I mean, you just said shafts live on TV, though.
And wood.
And wood. So let's move on. Speaking of which, I wanted to bring this up, the history of cell phones. It's going to be hard to see. It's going to be hard to see unless you're watching us on TV. But if you can look at the top there, that's like 1990s, the first phone. Which,
oh, yeah, those big, huge things. They were, like, bigger than your head.
Yeah, and in 1992, I was living in Columbus going to college, and I worked for the Verizon, and I sold my dad a phone like that. It came in a bag. It came in like a brief or a portfolio.
But it still had the big antenna sticking
Giant
out of it.
antenna.
Yeah.
So then you see, as you get through the 90s and into 2000, they get smaller. You think BlackBerry, right?
Nah, I never had one of those.
Blackberries were tiny. They were as small as flip phones.
Okay.
So then you see the red arrows around 2003, and unless you're watching this on your big screen, if you're watching on a big screen, you're laughing already. If you're not, I'm going to tell you what the red arrow says. So we get the biggest, in 2003, we had the biggest screen ever of a cell phone, and then from there it got exponentially larger, and the red arrow says the reason why. That is the point in 2003 where everybody realized you can watch porn on your cell phone.
Yeah.
So the screen started doubling in size every year. So
Internet streaming became, I don't know, way better, I guess.
So there's a little history lesson there on the history of cell phones. Porn runs the world, I guess is what they're trying to say. Let's get to some league standings. We'll go to the NHL first. Toronto's in first, followed by Montreal and Winnipeg in the Canadian division.
Oh, Edmonton down in fourth.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit.
Come on, Edmonton.
So we get to the East. We got Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
All the familiar names there.
Looks like I'm rooting for fourth place teams.
Yeah, and then in the West, we got Colorado, St. Louis, Minnesota.
And Vegas is another one there I like.
And Vegas is in fourth. Everybody in fourth you like. And then in the Central, Tampa Bay, Columbus, Florida, Carolina. So we're actually running out of time. I was going to do the NBA standings, but yeah, we'll skip it. Or we could go to it.
Do it.
We have 1 minute. We can't.
All right.
Well, let's try. We have 1 minute to do NBA standings. We're going to really be stretching it here. Sixers in first, Bucks, Nets, Celtics. Cavaliers just out of the playoffs right now in seventh. In the Western Conference, Utah Jazz continues to keep their lead over the Clippers and Lakers, followed by Nuggets, Trailblazers, Suns, and the Golden State Warriors have completely fallen off the face of the earth. They're in seventh. There you have it, another successful show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
We're
Till
down
next week.
We're down to 20 seconds. We're going to take a drink, go off air. We appreciate you watching /listening/watching. One more toast. Here we go. Salud.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great weekend.